Hello everyone and welcome to the last episode of Building the Battle of Endor in LEGO. If you guys do not know, this is a massive LEGO Star Wars MOC that my brother Joseph and I are taking to Brick World Chicago 2023 this year. If you've not seen the previous few episodes, go check those out with the cards above and the links down below. But of course, with this finale, there's some things we have to take care of right away. So as you guys can tell, there are some figures and vehicles placed throughout the MOC, as well as a lot of the finishing details of the MOC completed. Yes, some parts of these videos are going to be chopped in and out of them. We're going to be basically redoing the minifigures and setting them up. We're trying to configure that. I'm also going to do a time lapse of setting up all this. So what you're seeing right now is the rough draft of that, is I'm going to be able to need to assemble all 6 of these trees at Brick World, and of course all the other stuff like our giant pad. That is the 2020 AT-AT for reference. It is an absolutely massive structure that took probably the longest to build. And of course, all of this terrain, we have several base plates. I do believe is about 7 green base plates by 3 green base plates. So it's about 6 foot and 3 foot MOC. It's very massive. And the base details, actually had a few friends work on this with us to set up a lot of the minifigures. We don't know exactly if it's all going to stay like this right now, but it is going to be when the rebels actually take over the base. But we're going to jump into a time lapse now of repairing these trees. That's one thing I'm going to need to learn how to do anyways. So without further ado, let's jump into that time lapse now. Here's a final sweep of what the finished base build looks like. I have to say, guys, this has turned out so well. My brother Joseph did such a great job designing the interior of this generator room. Absolutely love how this looks. We threw a lot of other small details in, like these kind of helmet racks and all that, and other barrack weapons and stuff like that, as well as this piece from the Home 1 set. But yeah, super happy with how this interior came out, considering that we built this on a pretty significant angle. This is all kind of jumpered in place here, not on an actual base plate or stud. So it was very difficult to build around this angle, but I think we accomplished it pretty well. Looking at the exterior of the hangar here, we have the hangar door. And of course, the rest of the completed terrain. We are still awaiting a few of these grass pieces and other flower details to put on the other side of the terrain, because we kind of ran a little bit short. I can tell you, you can never have enough of these plant pieces. LEGO, unfortunately, actually doesn't even make that piece anymore. It's pretty hard to come by. But as you saw in the time lapses, the trees look absolutely fantastic. There are 6 of them in this MOC. I do believe this is the tallest one at the front of the MOC here. And of course, some of the other ones are sprinkled out throughout. We wanted to make it look like the AT-AT could actually walk around the pad. So that is kind of why there's not a tree blocking it there, because we wanted it to be pretty realistic, also to the scale in which we wanted. That is a full ATST up to there, and that's about half of this tree, just for some reference. And here's a look at the rest of the completed terrain. We wanted to use a different variety of colors. The brown represents the actual path. The kind of nougat color represents the forest bed / dirt that's on Endor. And of course, we built a black border around the entire MOC. I just think it helps it look a little bit more clean and professional We also use this dark green and medium green colors to have different grass patches throughout, as well as these other small grass and flower and kind of tree element pieces we threw throughout the MOC as well. This is something really cool that Joseph was able to design to build like a sniper nest kind of in the middle of this battlefield section. This was probably the hardest area to build for the terrain, just because I had to kind of mesh everything in and make it look like it was natural and blended. I did that using a variety of different dark green pieces. Unfortunately, a lot of the dark green and dark brown pieces crack, so I was pretty limited with the amount of parts I had. Definitely made some pick-a-brick store runs throughout this MOC series for that. This area still needs a lot of the actual stem grass parts. Those are coming in soon, but we have this golf course area. This is kind of a fun Easter egg. The ATST will probably be here just for reference. Here's a look at what this base section looks over there. Again, we were able to kind of put this right on top of there in that really significant angle there. Build the hill around that. I think that turned out really well. Of course, we have the AT-AT dock next to this massive landing pad. This was probably the most time-consuming thing for me and Joseph to construct. And the AT-AT is able to dock to that. If you guys own an AT-AT, you know how big these sets are. So having this pad be this big and building the actual bunker base in an entire terrain battlefield took a long time to do, in many iterations and many trials and errors. But yeah, that is the completed build side of this MOC. Apologize for the background. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you guys stay tuned for the final episode of Endor, at least before Brickworld. There's going to be a few videos at Brickworld. Hopefully beyond the brick, we'll see what happens. But I'm going to be going through all the vehicles, all the minifigures, and all that I'm going through, just as a little sneak peek for the minifigures. That is what you have to look forward to in the next episode. And of course, all the other vehicles and things are going to be going through. So thank you so much for watching, guys. My name is Jeremy. If you guys are new here, drop a like and subscribe to Saber Brick Studios for more Star Wars and Pirates of the Caribbean MOC videos, as well as stop motion animations. But without further ado, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great and wonderful day, and I'll see you on the next one.